Okay. Good morning. Happy to be here. How is everyone doing today? This is the Ramon G live stream, episode 25, and we're here. Happy Easter. Happy Good Friday. Happy Semana Santa. Whatever you do, let's go ahead and let the celebrations begin if they haven't already begun. So we do have my friend Eduardo joining us today. He seems to be probably getting himself together to begin this live stream. But yep, it is Saturday, March 30th, and we are going to begin our live stream. We have so much to talk about. So much has happened this month that it's a little overwhelming, all the different things that have been happening. But all right, y'all, let's see where we can begin. First of all, before I actually do get started, I just wanted to real quick just give a shout out, man. Give a shout out to everybody listening right now, all of the social media viewership, anybody on TikTok, on the TikTok live. Thank you for all the followers, all the new subscribers. Also, shout out to Wes out in Nigeria, also holding me down. Um, and all the good people from all around the world, from all seven continents, North America, South America, Asia, anybody in the Middle East. Shout out to Russia. I know they're going through a very difficult time. Just had a mass shooting out there. Praying for everybody over there and anyone else all around the world. Anybody in Europe, anybody in Africa. Just shout out to everyone in the Caribbean. Also praying for Haiti, another country that's also going through a difficult time. But anybody that's tuning in right now, much love for all of you. Thank you all for being here. Let me take a look into the chat. Milik, I missed you, Milik. So happy to see you. Always bright and early, ready to go. But it's okay. It looks like for right now, the live stream might just be just me for now. But that's all good, man. I don't mind. We can definitely get it going. You know why? Because I'm not alone. I'm with everyone in the chat. Y'all are here with me always. So we're just gonna run through. Again, I mentioned it's been a crazy month. Let's start off with maybe at the beginning of the month, we had St. Patrick's Day. All right. St. Patrick's Day is more commonly, well, it's from Ireland, but it is celebrated here in the United States. More commonly, people will wear green on that day, um, kind of in representation of St. Patrick and this holiday. Again, is from Ireland. Uh, we do celebrate it here in the United States. Maybe not as as deeply as they do over there, but over here you do need to wear green. A lot of drinking going on. People go out and hang out, but everyone still works. Everybody still is, it's not like one of the main holidays we celebrate. I would say it's like a light holiday. Not taking anything away from St. Patrick's Day, just here in the States. I mean, if you go to Ireland, you go to Dublin, you'll definitely see that in much more effect. Also, in Chicago, to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, they dye the river green. Yeah, exactly. The same reaction you just made. I thought, I don't know if it was safe to dye a river green, but apparently it is. It's harmless. Again, that's what they say. I'm not sure how the fish would feel about that. But in Chicago, on the Chicago River, the main river, you can see boats that are dyeing the river green. So for St. Patrick's Day, to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, the river is the color green. And that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, like I mean, I didn't really do much for St. Patrick's Day. I just wear green so that I don't get pinched. All right. And of course, some things that go with St. Patrick's Day, maybe leprechauns, which is like a miniature person. They're dressed a certain way. You can find the leprechaun at the end of a rainbow, and the leprechaun will have like a pot of gold. That's kind of like the tradition when it comes to that. Anybody here celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Anybody in the chat? Whether you did or you didn't, well, now you know a little bit about it. Again, it's in the beginning of March. Like I said, its origins come from Ireland, but here in the States, we definitely partake. Love St. Patrick's Day. But again, like I said, not taking anything away. It's just a holiday where everyone still works. Everybody still is kind of like it's not a holiday where you would take a vacation and like people stop going to work or things like that. But at work, you better believe it, everybody will be celebrating, decorating in green, and trying not to get pinched. All right. But that was St. Patrick's Day. Aziz, I'm glad you're here. As a matter of fact, let me get to these prompts, man. Let me put in the first prompt here in the chat for y'all. Super happy to be here, man. Had to take a couple weeks to get right. All right. So again, forgive me if y'all tried to check in last week or the week before, but sometimes you just need a week, right? To recalibrate, to regroup, to get yourself together. And again, this is all for the sake of making things better, bringing y'all a better show, bringing y'all more information, and doing this with longevity. All right. Next thing we have here, let me see. Okay, like I mentioned, in Moscow, there was an attack at a concert hall. This attack was taken out allegedly by ISIS in Moscow, and it was a mass shooting, and over 130 people died, and even more were injured. Now, the suspects were caught and detained. There is footage that you can find of them sitting in a Russian courtroom. And I mean, let's just say it looks like they weren't having such a good day. But I mean, if you think about what they did, well deserved. I mean, if you decide to hurt other people, then maybe you should expect that in return. But again, we're going with the positive vibes, right? It's Saturday. I just don't want to leave anything out. So praying for Moscow and Russia and those people, and horrible situation. Let me see what else is going. Okay, yeah, another very important topic I wanted to touch on in Baltimore, Maryland. So a cargo ship, carrying containers of merchandise, food, who knows. I believe it's called the Dolly, right? Mind you, I've been to Baltimore. I've been to the harbor, beautiful harbor, lots of ports. Again, big business for importing and exporting. A lot of ships coming in and out with containers and merchandise. Now, I believe it was late at night. One of the ships lost power trying to leave the harbor. Now, when it lost power, it kind of loses control for a little bit. It regained power, but when it regained it, it was too late. It was too late, and the ship hit one of the main pillars that holds up the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Francis Scott Key was the author of the Star Spangled Banner, right? Just to kind of put that out there. The bridge is named after him. The Star Spangled Banner is the song that Americans sing when they pledge of allegiance. Now, when this ship hit the pillar, the whole entire ship, the whole entire bridge collapsed. It collapsed. There was construction workers on the bridge. There was cars driving on the bridge. The whole entire bridge came down. It must have hit one of its main pillars that holds it up. And I mean, you can go online and see footage of this. I believe yesterday a crane finally arrived to help pick up the pieces of the bridge, pieces of debris, and things like that, man. So again, prayers for Baltimore as well. This is a a huge setback, huge loss for the people in that area. A lot of jobs are on pause because of this situation. You know, a lot of like I said, a lot of importing and exporting goes through this harbor and through the bridge. A lot of trucks drive through the bridge. So this is definitely gonna, set us back a whole lot. Um, but yeah, that's that's another thing that's on the list. Alado, hello, glad you're here. Happy Easter. We're just talking a little bit about the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore that got hit by a ship and collapsed. So prayers up for them. Let me see what else happened this month. Okay, who likes hip hop? Who likes hip hop? All right, let me see in the chat because it was a big week for hip hop. Let me tell you, if you guys heard the Metro Boomin Future Kendrick Lamar song, yo, that might be like the best song I've heard in like years. I don't know, like hip hop wise, that thing slaps. And Kendrick's verse might have been one of the best verses I've heard in a couple years as well. Of course, there's some controversy in there when he says in the song, you know, it ain't the big three, it's just big me. Give some context to the punchline. The big three, if you think when the Miami Heat had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, they were called the big three. And Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole are considered the big three of like the more recent hip hop. So Kendrick Lamar said, "Ain't no big three, it's just big me." Like saying, "Yo, it's only me. Forget these other two guys." So that's kind of been awakening, turning some heads. So I'm glad. You know, hip hop is always competitive. It's always good to like have people, be competitive in the sport. You know, even if it's as long as it's kept on wax and it's just words going back and forth, I'm not mad at it. All right, y'all. But check out that song, Like That, Metro Boomin, Future, Kendrick Lamar. If you guys like hip hop, I suggest y'all check that out. Now, quick temperature check. Forgive me. I'm on my own today, so I gotta balance out the chat, balance out the topics, and keep the show going. All right. Um, but along with hip hop, let's also talk about, and again, this isn't the gossip live stream. I don't like talking about other people, but I'm just gonna be fair when I do, because I don't want to avoid anything. Oh, you like it? Yeah. Tolu, shout out Tolu. You know what I'm talking about. I'm doing good. How are you today? We're talking a little bit about hip hop, but I was about to get into P Diddy. Okay, I'm pretty sure everyone has caught whiff of the situation with P Diddy. Now, when it comes to celebrities and people I don't know, I can't speak anything outside of facts because I don't know. I'm watching the news, I'm watching TikTok, I'm watching YouTube just like all of you. But I do have a little a little bit of some information just to kind of add on in case someone may not know. All right. And Tolu, just to kind of, I'm here kind of monitoring the chat. I just took a week or two to kind of get myself together, but we're back. Glad to be back, and we should keep things on a weekly basis from here on out. But hey, every now and then, just to everyone, if you need a day, if you need a rest, take it. All right, because we're humans, and sometimes it's natural to recharge. But anyways, I'm I'm glad you guys missed it. But anyhow, let me get back to the P Diddy topic, right? So let's talk about P Diddy. Now, P Diddy, for me, growing up as a child, right? The first place where I realized who P Diddy was he was the Notorious B.I.G.'s manager. The Notorious B.I.G., arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time, God bless his soul. And P Diddy was like his manager. They were on Bad Boy Records. Bad Boy Records was, at that time, he was even referred to as Puff Daddy, not even P Diddy. All right. I'm talking, this is the 90s. It's all about the Benjamins. You know, after the Notorious B.I.G. passed away, Puff Daddy or P. Diddy put out a song called Missing You. And it was sampling the song by Sting, Every Step I Take. I'm not going to sing no more. We're not getting copyrighted, right? So, um, and from there, you know, his career just kept elevating. In hip hop, he's considered a mogul. A mogul, you know, he has successful businesses outside of just music, outside of being a manager. He had Ciroc, you know, the liquor company. He had Revolt, a TV network. So he had all these things. You know, his children are also making music and doing things. But about, you know, little by little, stories have been told by people who do know him. And, you know, things have been coming to the light. Again, he hasn't been charged with anything yet. So the way I look at it in the United States, everyone deserves the fair trial if they did do something. But sometimes you get accused of something and everybody automatically just kind of thinks you did it until we're told that they didn't do it. Again, I am in no way, shape, or form condoning anything if someone is doing something wrong, if someone is hurting other people. All right. I am not condoning that at all. If that is what anyone is doing, then this person needs to pay for those consequences. But we have to make sure that we can, you know, accuse people correctly, get the right information, and then from there, you know, come up with the right conclusion. So right now, I know, you know, his house in Miami, I believe in Los Angeles as well, even in New York, got raided by the feds. So they're trying to get evidence. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Like I said, I don't know Diddy at all. So I can't say nothing until a judge tells us exactly what's going on and we know the facts. Again, I'm not even gonna say what some of these stories are. You can look it up, you know what it is, but I'm gonna keep respect for everyone. And like I said, if at the end of the day something wrong is being done, then yes, you know, everyone deserve you get what you put in. Everybody deserves what they deserve. So with that being said, let's just kind of give it some time, let more information come to the light. I don't think he's been arrested or detained yet. So let the people let the people working on this work, and then we'll figure out what's going on. All right. But now, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to be absent last week. I know some of y'all are noticing. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are here again, and we're gonna keep this show rocking and rolling every week. Um, what I would suggest is check my community tab in my YouTube channel, and maybe I'll have there like an update in case there is a week where I might have to miss it. But guys, I apologize. We're here now. Again, it's been a crazy weekend here in Miami. It's actually we just had the Ultra Music Festival. So the Ultra Music Festival is a an electronic music festival. So it's all about electronic music. DJs come together. It's held at Bayfront Park. It's for 3 days. I've been to this festival when I was younger. Again, I think maybe when I was younger, maybe these days a little too old for that. Maybe I could take it a day or two, but all 3 days, I don't know. And again, the festival sometimes the festival is met with some not so not such good festival weather. So it was a little rainy out there. So they did have to cancel it early on Friday, but they did keep the festival going on Saturday and Sunday. Ultra Music Festival is worldwide. So if you've heard about it, check out their website. Maybe they have a festival near you guys. But if you've never been to it, highly suggest it. Great festival called the Ultra Music Festival. Let me see, man. What else? But yeah, I mean, I know this week it's Easter. Like I said, some of us celebrate Semana Santa, Good Friday. Again, not trying to get all religious on everyone, but it is a the okay. Like, let's think about like Christmas. Let's think about New Year's. A lot of these holidays, they kind of like stem from something else, right? Like it may be in the origins. I've read a lot of them began with like pagan origins, and maybe it began a certain way. But then when Christianity started coming into the Roman Empire, then these holidays started to adjust. But as far as Easter goes, if y'all celebrate Easter, let's get into it. Normally we think of the Easter bunny, we think of like Easter eggs. You hide the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs usually have like candy inside, a little treat. The kids have to find the Easter eggs. This is some of the more common practices that we have for Easter. Where does it come from? Where did it come from? Easter, Esther, estrogen. All right. Starting to see those connections there. So Easter was in celebration is celebrated in the spring. As y'all can see, the title this live stream is Spring Breaks. So it looks like things are going a little left this spring, but yeah, back in this time during the spring, they would celebrate the goddess of fertility, which was Esther. And back then, again, I'm not really into the whole pagan thing, but they would throw little parties. And the main thing that they would be focused on is fertility. I'll let you come up with that in your mind of how that happens. But think of an egg. What's an Easter egg? The result of rabbits' fertility. And if you know rabbits are known for, you know, constantly mating, right? Put two rabbits together, you might get that egg sooner than later. But yeah, that and then with Easter, it kind of connects with Good Friday because Good Friday is supposed to be the day that Jesus Christ got crucified, and then on Easter is the day that he resurrected from the dead. And that's what it really is supposed to be. Every Easter, I go to church and we talk about this. We remember Jesus Christ for what he did for us. If you're a Christian, if you're not, it's good to know. It's good to know why Easter is celebrated. Um, Easter, the Jewish word for Easter is Pascha, Pascha. I mean, sorry if I if I pronounce that incorrectly. But again, it does begin with, the Passover, which also celebrates, when the Hebrews got freed. So when Jesus came to kind of like check out the Passover, that is when they captured him. He was a prisoner, and then they crucified him, which is what Good Friday is supposed to be. And then 3 days later is the resurrection. All right. And that is Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. You know me, I like to get to the bottom of the holidays just to kind of see what it's about, where it came from, and where we're going with it. Of course, as I believe Roman King Constantine the Great decided to kind of transform Easter to more of a Christianity holiday and not a pagan one. They decided to make it on a Sunday because Easter Wednesday didn't sound too good. And since then, we've celebrated Easter. Back then, they actually used to do egg rolls. They used to roll the eggs and play like a little game instead of hiding them. Also, the egg thing, the in Christianity, the yolk is like Jesus, and then they'll paint red on the outside of the egg for the blood. I mean, there's a lot of different creative ways that people kind of demonstrate and express themselves on these holidays, but it's evolved a lot. Like to me, I always look at it like there's like a commercial side to it. There's the Easter eggs, the decorations, the bunny, all these things, and then it's just good to recognize and know where it came from, the origin, which in this case, Jesus Christ, and just remembering what he went through and that he resurrected from that, if you're Christian. All right. So happy Easter to everybody. Let me see what else can we talk about. But man, y'all, glad you guys are here again. Forgive me for a couple weeks of absence, but we're back in full effect. Let me see. Give a couple shout outs to the chat. And shout out to Connect, Bless. Glad to see you again. Larry the Boss. Family is doing great. Thank you so much for joining. We got Okalawan. Happy Easter to you also. Paisa, thanks for joining us again this week. As we discuss all these things, of course, man, we went over the Baltimore Bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, more specifically. We spoke a little bit about Diddy. We touched on Easter, the holiday, as well as St. Patrick's Day. We even talked about Ultra. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on this month. But you know what? When there's a lot of things going on, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted, because when the news is feeding you a lot, when social media is feeding you a lot, look left and look right. There might be something going on they don't want you to notice. Or maybe not. But either way, don't get too caught up on things that don't involve you. Says the guy here on the live stream talking about all this other stuff, right? That's fine. I'm not saying don't be worldly. I'm not saying don't be aware. Don't know the whole chessboard. But focus on your piece on that chessboard. Focus on yourself. Because at the end of the day, If some of these things we're talking about does not affect you, I'm not saying don't learn it, but don't get consumed with it either. Put yourself and your family first always. Always try to be better mentally, physically, and spiritually. All right. And again, guys, just again, in case some of y'all missed it, I wasn't here the last couple weeks, and sometimes we need to take a moment. We need that mental health day to recalibrate, to get focused again, and to come stronger next time. But all of y'all that mentioned, kind of missing the show last week, please follow me. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, Ramon G, the one and only. So don't worry about it. And we stay connected. We can stay on the same frequency. I know we've been rocking together for a few episodes, and I appreciate and love y'all greatly. And I'm so happy you're here. Um, I know some of the guys are missing. Shout out to Gang. Shout out to Eduardo. They'll be around. Just keep in mind, we are on different parts of the world. So when it's a certain time for me, it's not a certain time for them, you know? But don't worry, we'll get it together. They'll come back around. Let me see here. TikTok, all right, on the TikTok, it's gonna be Ramon G. Here, in fact, here, this is my TikTok. Hold up. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Ramon G. Follow me on TikTok. I'm live on TikTok right now. What's up, Jerry? How's everything? Happy Easter, happy Good Friday to everyone. But all right, man. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, y'all being here with me. But I think we pretty much covered all the things I wanted to talk about. Didn't want to get too deep, just kind of wanted to touch base on some things. But again, I appreciate y'all. Next week, you know what? After seeing your comments, I'm gonna work a little harder to make sure we're here on Saturday for sure. All right. I apologize for that. But y'all stay tuned in. Y'all stay connected. Y'all stay blessed. I wish y'all nothing but the best for you and your families. Have a good Friday. Have a happy Easter. If you don't celebrate neither one, have a great weekend. Much love and respect from me, Ramon G, here in the United States, to all of y'all around the world. All right? Thank you so much. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.